Okay, so I figured I'd give you guys a little bit of background before you start watching this video because I kind of looked at it in post-editing and realized it was basically me rambling. And yes, I am rambling right now, but let's hope this rambling is at least a little bit more efficient and less extensive. Okay, basically my career, or I guess if you call it a career, in opera began when I was around 10 years old. I started watching America's Got Talent, and there was this particular contestant on America's Got Talent who I really looked up to, and she was like around my age. She sang opera. Basically, I was enamored with the idea of opera because I was enamored with the idea of a 10-year-old being able to sing opera. So then from there, my mom decided to take me and my nagging butt over to opera classes. And so I went to, I don't really know how to describe some of the teachers I had, but I remember I went to like actual music schools, and then I went to basically this one opera teacher who decided to teach in the basement of his studio. He had like a karaoke machine and everything, but that's besides the point. I think the most memorable teacher I've ever had was my Juilliard teachers. She graduated from Juilliard, but I basically took classes with her, and I think that's where most of my opera development began, because I remember when I was a kid I had this like really weird vibrato, or if it was even called a vibrato, that sounded more like a sheep bleating. I entered numerous competitions where I mostly won second place. I don't think I've ever won first place, except for like my middle school, where I won first place, and that was pretty cool.
When she walked into my room in September and started singing, I thought it was a CD player. I couldn't believe that a person was singing that live in my room. Please, everybody, a big round of applause for our 2012 Kelly Wen.
But for the most part, at like the actual competitions where I was versing adults and children, I usually got second place, which is honestly not bad. I'm happy with it. You know, I'm pretty happy with it. Opera was literally my life, if I could describe it in a sentence. It was a really surreal experience because I dealt with a lot of social anxiety as a kid, and so being able to be on stage and do something incredibly vulnerable and just effusive was something that really brought me out of my comfort area, but I think in a good way, in like a healthy way. As a child, I was really fascinated by the idea that kids could also do classical music. Most of my peers or friends were doing like pop music, which is great, and it was, you know, contemporary, popular for its time. But classical music almost felt like some sort of a dead art, and I didn't want it to be dead because to me it meant something. It meant a lot. Whether it's that 10-year-old girl in America's Got Talent or famous opera singers from the past, present, it meant my childhood to me. Music was my childhood. Art encapsulated all of the beautiful things that I remember from being a kid. And opera was a huge portion of that. So I think honestly just watching that video of when I like sang opera and this like random like performance in high school just evoked a lot of memories for me and made me think, I guess, in a kind of reminiscent way. It felt a little painful, honestly, but I think that's what makes it so bittersweet and meaningful. So yeah, that's basically a little bit of a introduction on my path to classical music. Do I still do classical music? Not currently, which is why I think I'm a little bit sad about it. I did choir in high school where I took part in like, not competitions like I was in middle school and elementary school, but more so just like performances, you know. I had a opportunity and I'm super privileged to be part of the choir that performed at Carnegie Hall during graduation or just for like events. Like we did Verdi Requiem, Mozart Requiem, and it was great. It's a completely new experience, you see, but like instead of being there on the stage on your own, you are now sharing the glory of performing with so many people. And they're not just people to you, they're your teammates, your friends, your companions, you know? Music, I definitely understand why people make such a big deal out of it, because it is a big deal. It's not just musical notes, or it's not just some sort of harmony or percussion or whatever the sort. It's reaching into emotions that we don't usually confront every day in our lives and making us more empathetic as human beings, and also more aware that there's just like a greater world out there where people who come from completely different backgrounds and who we might not even meet one day have experienced the exact same emotions. Maybe not the exact, but a very similar sort of emotions. And it's a very surreal kind of experience that only music can kind of bring to you. But rant over, basically, music is great. Opera was my childhood. And yeah, you're going to watch a very confused Kelly give a very raw reaction to something from her past. All right. I didn't expect myself to make this video today. I was actually gonna go out to celebrate with some friends and family, but then I came across this video in my desktop because I was trying to, you know, organize the old computer, and I don't know, it made me feel some type of way. So I only watched it once, but I think it's worth doing a reaction of watching it again. So that's what I'm gonna do, and I want to show you guys this because, or I guess show myself years from now in case I ever lose the file. But I wanted to take a look at it again and see just how different I've been since then. I used to do opera when I was a kid, and in this particular video, I had actually just finished taking a hiatus from opera for a few years, and I just decided to go back into it. Let's take a look at it. I don't want to think too much about it before I actually, you know. Here we go. I like how throughout the video my eyes just flickered between like the emotions of the song and then the emotions of just genuine fear. Like you could just see me kind of like my eyes just like going left and right. Yeah, that was kind of crazy. I don't know. I don't know how to feel about this. It just feels very surreal for me to like come across this and then like listen to it again, because it has been so many years. This was back when I was 17. I am currently in my 20s right now, and it's very strange. Watching videos like this kind of makes me miss opera, and I kind of want to go back to singing it. Although like I do remember like the blood, sweat, and tears that I had to shed for practicing this art. Because to all opera singers out there, I'm not even professional, but to all opera singers out there, you know the struggles of maintaining voice, diet, exercise, practicing breathing control, regulating your diaphragm, muscles, making sure not to strain, regulating your emotions, acting, performing. It's a lot. Despite all that, I miss it. To future Kelly, I hope you're still singing. All right, back to the regularly scheduled program. We have vlog part 2 coming up for Mizumi Run, and then maybe another music cover. Enjoy.